So we could do it like a showroom type of photography where we're showing the production, the behind the scenes, the final product. Then once everything is complete, we're like taking the pant and we're showing every inch of the pant. We're describing the pants. We're discussing what we selected and why, how they'll benefit our customers, and just focusing on the product itself instead of on models. So it becomes strictly about the product.
Because when you think about it, Hermes and Birkin, even Louis Vuitton, I'm gonna go with Hermes or Mercedes-Benz. When they're doing behind the scenes, they're talking about the product. If you even look on the website, it's the product. It's not the people in it. I love that idea, what you just said about focus on the product, bro. The behind the scenes, product. The warmth. So keep talking.
The warmth. So the product, its features, its characteristics, its color.
Oh.
Its versatility. We could even do us like going to select the fabric, traveling to New York to get it when we get to that point. Years down the line when we get to the point of, traveling out to New York to get it. Paris, London, showing the process of us selecting the finest of the finest.
Yes, ma'am. And that goes, again, we don't need a photographer to come with us to do this stuff. We can do it ourselves. Simple. We can do it ourselves. It's simple.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the video, I'm recording a video right now.
What video?
I'm recording as we're talking, literally right now.
Oh, yeah.
So describe. By the way, everyone, this is my sister. Or do you want your government name or your middle?
Don't matter.
All right. So again, guys, this is behind the scenes of us starting BrookeAndTillman. Our sweatpants are, well, they're sweatpants today. They're pants. Our goal is to, they're pants. So Madison, real quick, describe our pants right now and how well they're and how useful they are right now, and then describe our vision for them for the future.
So right now we have a cotton blend, so a cotton poly blend fleece pant, and it has been designed for warmth and comfort. That is the purpose of them. So that was the reasoning for the selection of that fabric selection. The actual pants are designed with a flare, so they do have a fashion sense to them. They cinch in at the waist, and then they have a taper cut, and then they are a flare hem at the bottom. And, they are, what we were going for was we wanted a comfortable, more warm, less itchy type of yoga pant was kind of the vision. We were sick of, at least me, I was sick of walking around in yoga pants that were just itchy and cold not ideal. So we love the look of the flare yogas, which is where the inspiration came from. However, we love the feel of that cotton fleece. So that was where we came up with it all. We were just blown away by the final product, by how comfortable they are. Ever since I've received them, I can't go more than 2 days without wearing them. My mother has a couple pairs. She said they're the most comfortable pair of pants that she's ever worn.
And real quick,
yeah.
Why did we start? So you have so you know about these things because you went to fashion school, right?
Right.
Okay. Where did you graduate from?
Indiana State University.
Okay. And you guys went trips to Paris and you learned about fashion. You went to New York. You learned about materials and processing. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I studied fashion merchandising, and we had the privilege to travel to some of the major fashion capitals of the world, as you named London and Paris and New York City in particular.
Okay.
And during my trips there, we got to visit fabric houses and fashion museums, and that was kind of where my first initial interest in fabric started. I also had a professor who she loved textiles, and that was kind of her specialty, all things textiles, which is another name for fabrics, if you will. And so that is where my interest in fabrics started.
Okay. So when you left school, did you want to go into fashion like at a local store in town? What were your goals coming out of school?
I did. I worked at David's Bridal when I was in college, and I really enjoyed that. And then my goal was to one day either become like a fashion writer or a fashion buyer. And that was kind of my goal coming out of school.
Would you say, two questions, are you in the industry right now? And two, have your goals changed since coming out?
So no, I'm not in the industry. So when I graduated, it was right at the height of COVID and lockdown, and no one was hiring. So I came back home. And so I've just remained here since. And right now, it's funny you ask that because I do still want to be a fashion buyer in the sense of buying fabrics for my own company. So slightly different.
So you went from wanting to work for a company and be a buyer to buying for your own company.
Correct.
That's very inspiring. Okay, good. So now we can lead into what your goals are now. So I want you to describe the pants one more time because I'm gonna chop it up and start off with your background first, and then so talk about what you're working on or what you guys or what we have now, and talk about where we want our sweatpants or our pants to be in the future.
So right now, the inspiration behind this pant was to just offer something of the highest warmth and comfort. So that's where we came up with the current pant we have now, which is a cotton poly fleece blend. Those fabrics have come together to create what I would call a very comfortable, very warm pant, one that I actually can't take off. And it's been that way since I received it. And it's a flared cut which makes it very flattering and versatile. So it can be worn for any day of the week and pretty much any occasion, depending on your style. And the long-term goal is to be able to craft the world's most comfortable, warm, versatile pant known to man.
Okay. I think that's all we've got.
Through, and one more thing. And the goal is to do that through being right there on the front lines of the fabric selection, the garment construction, and the repairing. So the goal is to become an expert at, knowing how to select the right fabric, knowing how to construct it, and being an expert at the craftsmanship, knowing how to repair it, and then ultimately having that as a final product for the customers, giving them what we promised, which is the world's most comfortable, most versatile, most warm pant.
Are these, what's going to go into them? Is it going to be silk? Is it going to be cotton? What type of textile will it be? Will you guys, or will we add embroidery on it? Will it be embroidery by hand? Will it be embroidery by machine? What are you thinking there? And as far as the cut, are we sticking to that cut for the ladies? And
So right now, it is cotton. For the going forward, would love to explore more innovative, types that are out there, and more innovative fibers that are out there to improve the quality, luxury, and, overall durability of the pant, and just the longevity of it. So I guess to answer your question, going forward, we are going to always keep an open mind for new and innovative fibers out there. I do think it is a good idea to keep that classic flare cut. It's one of those that'll always be fashionable. It's not quite classic, but it will be one that I believe will stand the test of time because it looks so flattering.
So
what was your other question?
So your flare, is that a flare you've seen on the market before, or is this a more subtle flare? Explain to us the flare.
So the flare was inspired by the yoga flare, which was really hot in the yoga industry. But I guess with this sweatpant, it is a little different. The flare is not quite as dramatic. And it's kind of a in between a flare and a stack, if you remember the stacked look.
Yes. Okay. Has anyone else tried these pants on? And can you describe to the people what they have said about it? And you don't have to give specific relation, if that's touchy subject. We don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable for speaking on their name or anything on the video, but has anyone tried these, and what have they said?
Yeah, a few people have tried them so far, and nothing but good things to say about them. One person even went as far as saying they were the most comfortable pant they ever have worn, and they haven't been able to compare them.
Okay. And again, guys, we started Brooke and Tillman just a couple months ago, but we've been in retail industry. Our dad started the company started Creative Circles back in 1994. That's kind of where all this started happening. Our mom, she'd been sewing since she was 2 years old. Our grandma was actually a sharecropper. She knew about cotton. She knew about textiles. So we've been in this game for a very long time. So our goal now is to become masters of our crafts, offer, like Madison said, the best pant that has ever been constructed, and we can't wait. Madison, a couple more things. Colors. Are we emphasizing colors? How do colors play a part in our selection?
Well, right now we just kind of started out with those neutral basics, gray, navy, black, and then we did throw natural green in there. Going forward, I would love to dive into more vibrant colors, especially as someone who loves color myself, and I believe that we could expand within that, going forward.
Agreed. And as far as different, okay, so yep, we hit on that. I'll let you have the last word.
So yeah, I'm just excited to, be a forever student of fabrics, fibers, textiles, craftsmanship, and the fashion industry. Dedicating my time and energy to learning about comfort, about wearability, durability, and just skills that will last the test of time.
Describe to the people your role in BrookeAndTillman.
So my role is being the researcher of fabrics, the buyer of said fabrics, putting together different combinations with an intention. Obviously, the intention always goes back to warmth and comfort. So, and then I'm increasingly going to pick up the role of garment constructor as well. So I'm looking forward to that.
And my role will be on the business side, on the social media side, the website side, doing things like this, making sure we get some interviews in weekly, letting you guys know, hey, every week we are working to make the best pants ever. Business deals, getting involved with acquiring land for our own manufacturing facility one day. So I'm Tillman, and that was Brooke. That was our first video, and thank you guys very much. Madison, you can say goodbye if you want.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.